Simon Byabakama Mugenyi.
The swearing-in ceremony was officiated by the Chief Justice Alphonse Owunyidolo, where other appointed commissioners of the Commission also took their oath of office. The commissioners included Deputy Chairperson Aisha Lubega Basajjanaku, Peter James Emerald, and Stephen Tashobi, among others.
I, Simon Byabakama Mugenyi, having been appointed Chairperson of the Electoral Commission, swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will and truly exercise the functions of Chairperson of the Electoral Commission in accordance with the Constitution and the laws of the Republic of Uganda, without fear or favor, affection or ill will. So help me God.
I, Aisha Lubega, affirm that I will not directly or indirectly communicate or reveal any matter to any person which shall be brought under my consideration or shall come to my knowledge in the discharge of my official duties, except as may be required for the discharge of my official duties or as may be specifically permitted by the President. So help me God.
I, Stephen Tashobi, having been appointed member of the Electoral Commission, swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will well and truly exercise the functions of member of the Electoral Commission in accordance with the Constitution and the laws of the Republic of Uganda, without fear or favor, affection or ill will. So help me God.
After officially assuming the role of Chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Justice Simon Byabakama expressed the Commission's commitment to fulfill its mandate, despite having been out of office for 2 months.
Our greatest gratitude goes to the appointing authority and the Parliament, who in the exercise of their respective mandates have found us suitable and befitting to serve in this vital institution. To the people of Uganda, I wish to assure you of our unwavering commitment and resolve to execute our constitutional mandate in a transparent and impartial manner for the promotion of democracy in our country through the conduct of free and fair elections. That we undertake and we shall do. And to those who have expressed doubt about the lack of professionalism or willingness or ability to be impartial, I would like to assuage your fears that given our respective backgrounds, men and women of tested character and professional performance in the areas we hail from or we were previously, I want to assure you that we are here to serve our country in accordance with the law and ensure that the elections we organize preserve the sanctity, the unity, and the peace and stability this country is known for. My team will unreservedly ensure that working together with the people of Uganda, we shall conduct elections that all of us can be proud of as a country. I also invite you, if you have any reservations in whatever area, come and we discuss. And if matters are within our domain or mandate, we shall address them. For me and my team, my Lord Chief Justice, we have got to hit the ground running. As we all know, we have less than 2 years to the next round of general elections.
Well, you see, ordinarily we should have been there at the earliest, but I can assure you, whatever is pending, we are confident we are going to address it and make sure that there is no glitch in whatever is required of us to be done. For example, we have Dokoro. the by-election for Dokolo, woman member of parliament, I'm told that the notification from parliament came on 24th of January when we were already out of office. Now we have already lost 2 weeks, and the constitution says we must conduct by-elections to replace the deceased member of parliament within 60 days. Now as we talk now, we have already lost about 15 days. So when we get back to office from here, I'm sure we are going to find that as one of the urgent activities. And other things, remember, in July this year, we are embarking on the first phase, implementing the first phase of the 2025-26 general elections, July this year. So there's no time. But I know this commission, remember, those of us who are in the previous commission, we stood with the test that was fronted by COVID-19, and we had to suspend some of our activities. And when we came back and we resumed, we were able to deliver an election despite the challenges posed by COVID-19. So even now, I believe whatever challenges there are, we shall be able to overcome them and do our work. The level of ground, first of all, every electoral process is governed by the law. So the starting point for a level of ground is the law. The law provides, for instance, the requirements or the criteria for you to contest as a candidate, for you to participate as a voter. That applies equally to everybody. The nomination process, the requirements for nomination, that applies to everybody. The airtime or the accessibility to the national media houses, that applies to everybody. So the starting point, therefore, is the law. Secondly, in implementation of the law, our role is to make sure that we are impartial. We make sure that we treat everybody equally, all right? And that's why you have seen, even when the incumbent president comes as a candidate, he's also treated in the same way. We ask him also to get nominated. We ask him also to present supporters. Everything applies equally. So I want the people to be assured that when it comes to the need to provide a level ground, we shall ensure that is done in accordance with the law.
Chief Justice Alphonse Owunyidolo, who graced the swearing-in ceremony, emphasized the necessity of increasing the Electoral Commission's budget to facilitate the execution of its duty.
U.S. is a constitutional provision. The institution of Electoral Commission is provided for in the Constitution. And the 1995 Constitution, like other constitutions before, is hinged on the need for maintaining a democratic dispensation. And that's why I say you occupy a pivotal role as members of the Electoral Commission. You can make a difference. It's a big challenge, but you can also rise above the average person. And I think that's why you've been elected. Each of you has got a track record. None of you was picked from A level. None of you was picked immediately after coming out of Makerere University. I speak for my two brothers because I know them well. We joined the university when it was 1 year ahead of us. Stephen was my classmate for 4 years, Makerere and Law Center. And then we practiced law. We clashed with your chair when it was deputy director, I think. I remember the case of Professor Isaac Ojok, when we fought in the Supreme Court. It was friendly fire. Seek to state the law as you understand it. And then we were made, he and me became judges the same day. And then it was snatched away from us and taken to the Electoral Commission. I've remained here. So it was not picked from university to be made chair of the Electoral Commission. None of you was picked from nowhere, from the little CV, the summary of your CV. Each one of you are eminent Ugandans, prominent Ugandans. How you conduct yourself will either prove that the appointing authority was right in picking you, or will make everybody say, how could the appointing authority have made this mistake of appointing so-and-so to this responsible position? And that's why the Constitution says you must swear to God, and the chief witness is the Chief Justice, that you'll be guided by what is right, not what is wrong. So, my Lord Chair, we meet again when you invite us for the conversation about our country. And I was forgetting this. If the presidential election petition of 2021 had not been withdrawn, I don't know what the outcome would have been. For me, whether it was going to be allowed or disallowed, one thing I was going to come out very, having read the pleadings, the Electoral Commission must be given funds beginning today to carry out civic education in this country. One of the biggest problems is that we think we have taken it for granted that our people, they know this thing, they've been voting, yes. But I think the place of civic education in this country is really important, so that you begin today in preparation for 2026, and every Ugandan should participate. I think it will make a difference. That would have been part of my advice to the Electoral Commission. Whatever the outcome would have been was clear in my mind, but I was denied the opportunity, my Lord Chair. But at least I've got the opportunity to tell you today. So thank you so much. May the Lord bless each one of you and give you the courage to work for the country you know is ours together. Thank you.
Which has been a constant challenge to the work of the Commission. The provision of inadequate funds has not allowed us to conduct adequate, appropriate, and meaningful voter or civic education programs with the wananchi. And this is very important, because the work of the process of having a free and fair election is not only hinged on the Electoral Commission, but everybody across board, citizens, security, political parties and organizations, civic society organizations, the media. We want to engage with the media as well. We want to engage with everybody. But that requires the funds, requires the resources. But we are in discussions with the government to ensure that we get adequate resources. Now, as I've said, we have less than 2 years to the next round of general elections. We need to start now.
What is your budget for 2021?
Our budget for 2021 is clocking around 1 trillion.
The Chief Justice also called for civic education among the voters to enhance their understanding of the electoral process.
One of the biggest problems is that we think we have taken it for granted that our people, they know this thing, they've been voting, yes. But I think the place of civic education in this country is really important.
The ceremony was attended by Justice and Constitutional Affairs Minister Nobert Mao, who urged the Commission to promote democracy while executing its duties.
Your bosses are now Ugandans. That is the whole thing. Just like the president is selected by his party to run, and when he wins elections, then he has to serve everybody, including those who have been on his neck. This is the beauty of nationhood. Ugandans expect you to organize and manage the electoral process, count the votes, and announce results, which you have been doing. In this country, even journalists have been attacked for reporting results that have been announced by Electoral Commission. Surely, if a media house is simply reporting that so-and-so got the following number of votes, and then a media house is under attack, these are things that have got to change. Many times, Mr. Chairman and the commissioners, you enforce regulations, but you don't make those regulations and laws. They are made by Parliament, and some of the regulations are subsidiary legislation. Your only duty is to enforce them. And when you enforce them, you are under attack. So I want to pledge that we shall continue to defend you against irresponsible and unfair criticism, because you are like a court. You seldom have the opportunity to defend yourselves. You are attacked, you can't call a press conference, you can't call a rally to defend yourself. So our job is to educate the citizens about how a commission such as yours takes decisions, and whether the decisions are good or bad, favorable or unfavorable, we have to respect them. I personally have ever been a victim of an unfavorable decision when I was thrown out of the electoral register. I made it clear that I disagreed with the decision, but I also made it clear that I respected it and I would take the matter to the courts of law, which I did. It is important that our citizens know that you are not acting in a personal capacity. Some people take things personally. That's why we hear citizens attacking judges personally. They attack police officers. If a police officer has been ordered to arrest you, he has no personal problem with you. He's simply saying there has been a complaint and please come to the police station to write a statement. I even don't know you. I have nothing personal. Many of the people you serve are people you don't know. So we pledge that we shall continue educating our citizens so that they understand what your constitutional role really is. To the families, you are going to be dealing with people who are stressed by millions of citizens. You are going to see your parents, mothers, fathers, brothers, and sisters being cast in very negative light in the media. You'll see cartoons of your loved ones which really will be ridiculing them. So I thought I should tell you in advance that don't take it too seriously. For some people, that's also how they earn their income. Because when you write about Justice Byabakama, you get to be known. When you attack the Electoral Commission, you may even win an election. So I wish to offer you some counseling. But the key is to be loving, because when they come back home, all they need is love. That's what counts most. My Lord the Chief Justice, finally, most of the problems with elections actually is not about the Electoral Commission. It is really about the political culture where everybody wants to win, and yet there can only be one winner. There's only one seat for the President of Uganda. There's only one seat per constituency, to the extent that some people even swear in themselves as presidents because they feel that Justice Byabakama has not favored them, not knowing that Justice Byabakama only announces what the people say. So as we carry on with building democracy, we should know that however fast your vehicle is, its real speed is determined by the road condition. We are not on a very good road democratically in Uganda. Our vehicles may be strong, powerful engines, the best, but if the road is bad, even the best vehicle will not take you far. What do I mean by saying the road is bad? The road, in my view, is that many people do not believe that they will be served by those they have not favored. And yet, in reality, we need to change the culture of politics. We need to invest more in constructive engagement, and that is part of the work we are doing through processes like national dialogue, so that citizens know that you don't necessarily need to be elected to parliament or even to be president of Uganda to make your voice heard. We need a new civic culture. We need to fight extremism so that we build a broad center. And when I talk about extremism, we have extremism in the government, we have extremism in the opposition. But the majority of the citizens want that peace and stability that His Lordship, the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, has talked about. For those who think Uganda is done for, because that is the narrative some people want to create, Uganda is considered an anchor state by the great powers in this world. And if you want it, let us wake up one day when Uganda is not there in this volatile Great Lakes region. And then you'll get to know that your country really is a key player. Without Uganda, there would be chaos. If you go to Addis Ababa, there is a complete wall with names of hundreds and hundreds of Ugandans who have been killed fighting.
Minister Mao also encouraged Ugandans to change their mindset to achieve the desired transformation in the country.
But my simple point is that Uganda remains an indispensable country in a region which is extremely volatile. And elections are but one part of sustaining that peace and stability. I've spoken as a politician because that is my role. I congratulate you, my Lord the Chairperson, and the Commissioners again. We believe you will invite us when you are having your retreat, so we talk more in detail and offer our advice. And I'm sure His Lordship, the Chief Justice, will also be there to tell you about what the courts can do to ease the burden on you. When we toured the new Supreme Court building, the courtroom, I made a joke to His Lordship, the Chief Justice, because it is the biggest court in Africa. So I made a joke that, my Lord, the Chief Justice, it looks like the next presidential election petition will be heard from here. Which is likely anyway, because everything, Ugandans will petition anything. So I want to assure you the Supreme Court is ready for you, because it is the longest desk with enough room for all those who want to witness, and the judges are safe from hooligans. I saw the design is quite good. There's a bit of a distance. So all these institutions have to come together to build democracy. My Lord, the Chief Justice, it's now my honor to invite you to address us. Thank you very much.
Other members on the commission include Anthony Okero, Caroline Bainamayo, and Dr. Salisimba Kayunga. The commission, which was appointed by the President this year, will serve for a term of 7 years.